In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn a spice jar into a mini paludarium. Let's get straight into it. I'm going to start by peeling off the label. If you're lucky, you can get it off all at once, but it does usually leave a residue on the glass, which is sometimes a pain to remove. Before I show you how to get it off, I'm going to give the glass a quick rinse out. I repeated this a few times until it was all clean. With the inside clean, I'm now going to show you how I clean off the residue on the outside. I start by taking some hand sanitizer and covering all the affected areas. And then I let it sit for a few minutes for it to soak in. Whilst it's still wet, I take a firm plastic edge and start scraping off the residue. I'm using a plant label, but you can use something like an old credit card. As you can see, it's super easy to get off. I dry it with some tissue and then the spice jar is ready to be turned into a mini paludarium. I'm going to start by creating a retaining wall that will separate the substrate from the water section. I've got a bunch of dragonstones which are left over from a previous project and I think they'll be perfect for this build. It did take me a little bit of time to experiment with a few different pieces before I finally found the right one. This piece here fits perfectly and it will do the job. The only problem is that it's quite flat and boring. I'm going to show you how to fix that. I'm going to take a bunch of small dragonstone pieces and attach them to the face of the rock. I can do this easily with some gel superglue. I place on a small dot and then attach the rocks one by one. It dries in no time and creates a strong plant-safe bond. As you can see, it looks 10 times better. On the left, you can see I've added some crushed dragonstone to make the joints look even more natural. To do this, I took some more superglue, applied it in the joints and then sprinkled on some more crushed dragonstone. I then pressed it in and removed the excess. I really think this helps it look more natural and detailed. After covering up all the joints, I'm taking a paintbrush to remove and clean up any excess dragonstone. Here's the final look of the retaining wall and I'm really happy with it. I don't know about you, but I definitely think it looks better than it did before. However, it was slightly too big to fit inside the spice jar. I fixed this easily by taking some pliers and crunching down the top part, which was stopping it from getting inside. I could then easily place it inside and the paludarium is really starting to take shape. As you can see, there's a good sized section for the water and the substrate. But before I can get the substrate in, some small gaps and cracks need to be filled. To do this, I use some more small pieces of dragonstone. With the holes covered, I can now finally get the substrate in, and for this I'm going to use some aqua soil. Before pouring it in, I took some paper and made a quick funnel. I then placed it inside the paludarium and started getting some aqua soil in. I'm using some tweezers to push it down into all the gaps and cracks, and then removing any that had fallen into the front. There was a gap that some of the aqua soil was creeping through, so I took some black filter foam and filled it in. I want a little more height in the back, so I'm going to place in the funnel and add some more aqua soil. I sprayed this aqua soil down so it stick to the glass a little better and not fall down the front. I then gently removed the funnel and pressed the aqua soil down into place. With the retaining wall and substrate done, it's finally time to start getting in the moss and plants. For the moss, I'm going to use this patch here which I found growing outside in my garden. I tear it to size and then carefully use some tweezers to gently place it inside. I'm then using the tweezers to press the moss down into place. I really like how vibrant green this moss is. I use some smaller pieces to fill in any gaps around the edges. If you're enjoying this video or finding it useful, be sure to give it a like. Even with just the moss in, the paludarium has already sprung to life. Before getting the plants in, I'm going to add a little more hardscape. I'm going to place in some small twigs which I once again found in my garden. I snapped it to size and then used some tweezers to place it in. I didn't need to glue it in as some of the branches dug down into the moss and held it into place. I now want to add another small twig over on the left side. I followed the same process as before. I really like the detail and interest that twigs add to the hardscape. Time to get some plants in. This is my 12-week-old nano paludarium I made here on the channel. As you can see, it's thriving. I'm going to open it up and take a small hydrocotyle cutting from inside. This small cutting will be perfect. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see an update video or even another nano paludarium build, as I really enjoy making them. I then take some long tweezers and carefully plant in the hydrocotyle cutting. I do my best to carefully weave it in and out of the hardscape. This is a miniature peperomia species known as Peperomia emarginella. It has some beautiful turtle-back leaves and will look great inside this miniature build. I take some small cuttings and carefully place them inside the paludarium. They'll root themselves and grow in no time. With most of the planting done, I once again take the funnel and place it inside. Now I'm going to add some sand into the foreground. I carefully poured in a fine layer and then used a long stick to gently spread it out. I feel like the sand makes it look 10 times better. Now I'm going to add in some springtails. As you may already know, these are tiny little bugs that will help keep the paludarium clean and healthy. They do this by eating things like mould and decaying matter. This is even more important in this build as I use some twigs which are prone to grow in mould. Now I'm going to take an unnecessarily large spray bottle and fill up the paludarium. I did this as slow as possible so I didn't disturb the substrate or the sand. This paludarium wouldn't be complete without some duckweed. I took a few small pieces and carefully placed them inside the water. These multiply extremely fast so they'll cover the water in no time. I placed on the lid, but I wasn't the biggest fan of how it looked. Instead, I'm going to use one of these clear acrylic discs. You definitely haven't got to do this, but I had this one laying around so I thought I may as well use it. I'm really happy with how this mini spice jar paludarium turned out, and I can't wait to watch it grow and evolve. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this build and if you're going to try something like this yourself. Thanks for watching, check out this video for another paludarium build.